Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you yet another 3-star Demotion deck. It's probably going to be the last one I'm going to show you guys because y'all are probably getting tired of them. This one is a beast deck. So our main guy is going to be Big Koala because he's a 7-star normal monster, which means Champion's Vigilance works with him. So that's why we run 3 of them. We run 3 double summon, just kind of the norm for these 3-star Demotion decks. We run Nobleman of Extermination. I'm starting to really like this card. I only have one. Hopefully I can get a second one because it's very useful in this decks that are just super aggressive and try to OTK your opponent. The rest of the beasts are 1 yellow baboon. I wouldn't run 2 because the monster count in the deck is pretty low. I'm sorry. So it's gonna be kind of hard for you to have 2 in the graveyard. I run 2 of the green baboon, which his effect is a little bit easier to pull off. If they order to charge your big koala, if they use barrel dragon on it, things like that. You can special summon this from your hand, but you have to pay 1,000 life points. So you're already paying life points with 3-star Demotion, and then you also have the potential effect of the green baboon. So that's the only reason why I'm running 3 Supremacy Berry as opposed to the 2 I was running in the previous Demotion decks. 1 Hain because he's kind of like Yomaship in the water deck, where it's a strong card going first, because again you really want to go second, but if you do go first, Hain is a good option because it's gonna clear the field for you and give you that chance to OTK. We run 2 Death Kangaroo. I run 2 of them because he's probably the best beast for this deck. One of the reasons is because I do run the fusion, which is Master Boss. I don't have him on the deck next to you, sorry about that, but we do run 1 Master Boss, so we run the 1 Polymerization. The other thing is I haven't seen any other beast 3-star Demotion decks, so I'm assuming neither have a lot of people. So when they see you set a monster, a lot of times they think it's something like Crystal Seer, and they just attack into it with a weak monster. And as you know, if they can destroy him and their defense is under 1700, then they get destroyed. So that's it for the deck. Let's show you some replays. This is a really cool replay. It wasn't such a good duel, but the reason I saved it is because I knew about this skill, Grit with Joey. I knew about the skill. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not the right one. Oh man, I must have deleted the wrong replay. That stinks. I had a replay that I was going to show you guys where the Joey uses Grit, and it looks weird to see them be left with 1 life point. But anyway, this was just an easy win. I had the fusion turn 1. I had the I had the 3-star Demotion to go into yellow baboon. My opponent wasn't running anything in the back. He just normal summon a monster. So I get a quick OTK win. That really stinks. I wish I would have checked before I deleted the replay. But anyway, there's our first duel. You didn't get to see much, just a quick and easy win. Man, that stinks. Anyway, that's why I wanted to run the 1 Polymerization, because you're not gonna see it a lot, but the duels you do, it's just funny to see how your opponent tries to out your 4200 beater. But anyway, this next duel is against Kaiba. He's using Restart, and I believe he's running Red Eyes, if I remember correctly. I have a good hand. I wish instead of my Green Baboon I had my Koala, but I don't. So my play is just to go with Death Kangaroo in defense mode and set my Vigilance in case I do get my Koala next turn. This is what I was telling you about. See, he has Blue Summoner Dragon. He has no reason to think that this is a Kangaroo, because who's running Beasts with the Paradox Brothers? So anyway, he attacks into it. He's too weak, so he gets destroyed by Death Kangaroo's effect. He does get to search for a Red Eyes, but his field is empty. I have double summon. All I need is another big monster and I can OTK. I don't actually get a big monster, but I do get a Hain, which is a good it's a good card against this type of decks, because assuming those two are champions Vigilance, you know, you can't activate any spells, you can't activate any traps, but they don't negate monster effects. So had he attacked into my Hain, I would have been able to return the Red Eyes into the hand. However, he doesn't have anything to protect himself once his Blue Summoner Dragon was destroyed. So I'm able to just attack for game with Green Baboon and Death Kangaroo. Another easy win. This deck is pretty fun, but it's not as strong as the Dark Magician variant. Probably not as strong as the Water deck either. But it's definitely fun. It's something I haven't seen out there, so I thought I'd bring it to you guys. So we're going up against Thea here, and she's running dual standby. So I thought it was a burn deck, which oddly enough, 3-star Demotion, even though you're paying life points, it does very well against Thea, because if you survive that turn 1, chances are you're gonna have a Supremacy Berry and you're just gonna get your life points back. So I thought that's what she was running, but she's actually running Meal. She activates Cups of Ace. I get 2 extra cards, which is great because my hand was pretty much garbage before then. And because of his draws, I actually have a much better play. So I go for the 3-star Demotion. I summon my big Koala. I activate double summon in order to bring out my Green Baboon. I set my Champion's Vigilance, and I set my I activate my Supremacy Berry, and I set my Noble Man of Extermination, because at this point I still didn't know that what she was running was Meal instead of Burn. So I attack into the Worm. I lose 3 cards, but I'm able to get in there for 2600. So I'm pretty much in control of the duel. I have a Champion's Vigilance to negate anything. She goes for Monster Reincarnation, dumping another one. I negate with Champion's Vigilance, so she ends up going -2, which is great. The fact that you need to discard in order to activate, and then once you negate with Champion's Vigilance, pretty sucks a lot for your opponent. So he sets 1 monster and sets a back row. I immediately flip over my Noble Man of Extermination and destroying the face down, which is Regretful Rebirth. Banish the other 2 from his deck, and then I activate Polymerization just to do it. The duel was won either way. Just in case, I summon and I set my Hain, but the monster just ends up being a Goki Pawn. She searches for a Worm, but I attack for 4200 just to finish her off. So 4200 is super strong. Even if they have Mirror Wall, they still need something with above 2200. in order to destroy your Master of Oz. So it's a really cool thing to run. Let's go into our fourth replay. Yeah, as you can see, these replays are going by pretty quick. The games don't last too long. This was a bit of a longer game actually. Going up against an Odeon, and he's running burn with chain reaction. So I go first. I summon. I'm sorry. I set Hain, and look, in my hand I have the OTK play for the next turn. So that's the one thing I was telling you. If you open with Hain going first, you can almost guarantee the win. Unfortunately for me, my opponent is running a full back row, so that's not gonna happen. So instead of going for the big koala play, I summon Death Kangaroo, and because I'm worried about his back row. However, he activates Jar of Greed and Conscription, which I thought it was a super bad play because it went from 3 cards that were a possible threat to just 1. Not only that, he doesn't hit a monster, and I get a Supremacy Berry. So after this happens, I decide to go more aggressive. I activate my skill, activating Double Summon, so that I can summon my big koala as well. And then I use Supremacy Berry to get the 2000 life points back. So this would have been game. However, he is running Javelin, I believe. Yeah, Enchanted Javelin. So I couldn't finish him off during that turn. Remember, when you're attacking into a face down, always attack with your lowest attack monster first, in case they're running golden apples. So he draws. He sets 2 more back row. I'm sorry, 3 more back row, and 1 monster face down. Luckily for me, I do have the Hain face down, so I'm gonna be able to go directly. And I also opened Champions. I drew into a Champions Vigilance, so I just set that. I flipped my Kangaroo in case of a Windstorm, which he does have. So I get to attack him for 1500, and then he uses his golden apples. It was kind of obvious that one of those cards was probably going to be a golden apples, but there's no reason to play around it. You're better off keeping him on the ropes, putting him in top deck mode, because right now he's down to 2 cards. The card in his hand is a monster that, as you saw in the last turn, can't really do anything because he just set it. And then he has 1 other face down. I don't know what that could be. So he sets 1 more card face down, and then he sets his monster. Decides that the right play is to crash with my Kangaroo. I don't know that I agree with that play. I would have left my monster in defense mode, but doesn't really matter. I activate 3-star Demotion, summon my green baboon, and at this point I don't have to play around anything. I do have my Champion's Vigilance to negate any potential threat, but he doesn't actually activate anything, and I'm able to just finish him off. It's really hard. Any deck that uses 3-star Demotion, it's a little hard to deal with because they just keep flooding the monsters with, flooding the field with, high attack monsters, and I don't know. I still haven't decided if I feel that the skill is too powerful. 2000 life points, it's a pretty hefty price, but we'll see how high it places in the World Tournament. So look at this hand. This hand is beautiful. 2 Champions Vigilance, my big koala. This is one of the hands that I would have liked to go first with, but of course I ended up going second, which is fine. I set my 2 Vigilance, activate my skill, and then just normal summon my koala, get my life points right back with Supremacy Berry, and then go for the attack. He's running Arsenal Summoner, and he actually searches for Guardian Statue. So I'm not sure if this was some sort of statue control, or if that was just the only Guardian card he was running. But anyway, he sets one card face down, sets the Guardian Statue that he just searched, and sets one more back row. Activate 3-star Demotion once again, and I summon my yellow baboon. And the reason why I summon yellow instead of green is because if one of my monsters was destroyed, I wasn't going to be able to use yellow's effect because there's no monsters in my grave. So it was more likely, the scenario was more likely for me to run into being able to activate green baboon. Anyway, he activates enemy controller. I negate with Champion's Vigilance, destroy the Guardian Statue, and attack for 1300. I guess I didn't mention it, he did have Adhesion Trap Hold, so that's why my Yellow Wolf's attack went down. Sets another monster, it's in full defense mode, nothing he can do. I draw into Hain, set that just to guarantee game next turn. It's another Arsenal Summoner, so he searches once again Guardian Statue. But again, not a lot he can do against this field, especially when you consider that I have another Champion's Vigilance face down. Anything he summons I can destroy, anything he activates I can destroy. Instead he just sets the same Guardian Statue, and funny enough I end up using Hain to send that back. Kind of a taste of his own medicine. And then I just attack with Big Koala for game. And that's it. Well, those are all the replays I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this deck. I hope you enjoyed the showcase of the 3-star Demotion skill that I've been doing the past couple days. And I also want to thank each and every one of you that watches my videos. I hit 100 subscribers today. It was pretty awesome, and you know, it really motivates me to keep creating content for you guys, because that tells me that you're enjoying it, and you know, it just makes me really happy. I really appreciate every single one of you that watch my videos, and for those that subscribe, thank you. And that's gonna be it for this video. As always, like, comment, subscribe if you want, and till next time.